Hello, guys. I am back. I'm going to get this set up just a little bit higher just because there we go. Maybe that's a little better. We'll see. Anyway, hopefully you guys can see this. So, my name is Laura. My channel is Healthy Carnivore. I do go over other things other than just carnivore, ketovore. I go over some holistic items. So, I wanted to show you guys today. This is my dandelion tincture. So, you can see the dandelion root. And then this is the vodka. That's what I do my tinctures with is very high quality vodka. Not a drinker, so I can't tell you if it's good for drinking, but it does have some great benefits. So um, I'll go over what dandelion is kind of good for. This is something that you guys can make yourselves. I do go out early and pick a lot of dandelions, and I do the roots. You can do stuff with the flowers. I have lots of allergies, so I don't do anything with the flowers myself, but the roots don't bother me. So you can make teas out of that. You can dry that and put it in like a grinder and then use that for a tea. So I'll go over some of the stuff. So some of the benefits for dandelion tincture is digestive support. It stimulates appetite and eases digestion. So if you have some issues with digesting, liver health, it promotes detoxification and it supports your liver function. Um, it goes right to the liver. That being put in alcohol sends it directly there, so it's there very fast. It is anti-inflammatory. It helps reducing inflammation. So if you're somebody that has edema, and that's just swelling in multiple places, usually people get it in the legs, but you can get it anywhere. Um, Even whether you're doing carnivore, keto, or you're just doing standard American diet, if you have some of these issues, um, this is something that you could do that would help with that. My opinion, not a doctor. So it does have diuretic properties. It acts as a natural diuretic, promoting urine production and helping to eliminate excess fluids. It is rich in vitamin A, C, and K. It has other minerals such as potassium, calcium, and iron. So the way I recommend people who buy this from my site is I tell them to start with 20 to 40 drops. So that's 1 to 2 mLs. And it comes with the little dropper in it. Um, this is the dandelion, so it's very clear, yellowy clear. Anyway, you can start that daily. If you have a lot of edema, lots of issues, you can do it up to 4 times a day. Um, and you can put it in your juice, tea, water, anything you want. I do not recommend doing any of that stuff right there plain. Um, I don't know that it would hurt you. I'm just going to pour this through my mesh colander here. And I like to get every single bit of it. So I do take everything out of the jar and then I press that down. That made quite a bit. I have another jar that is almost done because, like I said, I do these first thing in the spring. I have oodles and oodles of these. Um, but I do that first thing in the spring. Now I'm going to pull out a utensil. Some people will not know what this is. So your handy dandy potato masher, it's from like I'd say the 60s maybe. It was my grandmother's. And I still have that. And of course I don't do potatoes, so here's the perfect thing to use it for. So I'll kind of show you my little setup here. Okay, so you can see the tincture. There's the dandelions on top. I just press those down just to make sure I get the fluid out of there, and then I bottle that stuff up. Hi, Anne. How are you? Now you can keep these if you have a garden, if you have a compost pile, something like that. You can keep what is left over of the dandelion roots, and you can use that. Um, my garden has so much organic stuff on it. I'm pretty good. I'm not gonna worry about saving this batch here. Perfect. So like I said, um, and that was in there 8 weeks. You can do it in 6 weeks, but I like to let it set an extended amount of time. And then what I do is I strain it again. I do a second straining through a coffee filter to make sure all the little bits are out, and then that's what I put in there. And that is a 1 ml dropper. So that will get you what you need to do. Let's see. Hi, Crystal. Oh, well, I'm glad you watched the other one. Yep. And so far, I'm doing good. I went and saw the chiropractor. Um, Felt like I got good results there. He's a good chiropractor. So let's see. Let's go over my other one of my other favorites. And this is also up on my website. So this is the oregano oil. So it is antioxidant, antimicrobial, and immune boosting. So really this and mullein is really good for like respiratory issues. So I'm an asthmatic, so I always have that on hand. I do have mullein that is drying right now, and I will make some tincture with that. I'm going to do a tincture, not a oil. So anyway, this let's see. Let me look at my other notes because I know this stuff, but it's so much easier if I have it written down. So it's also antifungal. I forgot about that. Yeah. These can be very beneficial in treating infections and preventing you ever getting the infection to begin with. So, oregano oil I have used when I had strep, but I'll tell you another thing that works good, and I make it, I don't sell it, is fermented honey garlic. Boy, when I had strep 4 times in 21 because, we were wearing the diapers, 12-hour shifts and stuff. So I'm a carrier. So I kept reinfecting myself with strep. So I finally was like, I'm not doing anymore. I'm not doing antibiotics. I'm not telling you you should or you should not. I'm just saying that this is an alternative that I used. And so the fourth time I got strep, I came home. I already had the garlic honey that I had fermented, and it was almost as black as axle grease. If any of you know how dark that is, and I took one spoonful of it, did that, and then I took one clove of the garlic and chewed on that, which was a little horrific. Not quite as bad as the cough syrup from the 70s, if any of you guys are old enough to know that. That taste, not that bad, but definitely not something that I want to do a lot of. But anyway, that's another thing that you can do. So, oregano contains compounds that are called phenols, terpenes, and terpenoids. They have powerful antioxidant properties, and they are responsible for the smell that you smell in that. Um, let's see, carvacol is the abundant phenol that is in oregano oil. It's shown to stop the growth of several types of bacteria. So there were studies done that you can go out and find, where they had the petri dishes of different bacteria, and that adding these in within 48 hours wiped them out 100%. And those are out there, so you can go look those up. Let's see. Can I put the oregano oil in anything, or does it have to be in water? You can put it in anything. Even if you are having like a cup of coffee or whatever beverage you do, you can put that in there, just stir that up and do it because it is strong. Now, I will tell you, when I was sick one time and I had strep, I literally did just do the oil and it burned, but I did get better. But I do not recommend that. They do say to dilute that down. Thymol is the natural antifungal part of this, and it also helps with the immune system. So it helps protect you from toxins too by boosting your immune system. So so natural antibiotic, powerful antioxidant, can help with yeast infections, may improve gut health, and it does that because it helps feed the good bacteria. Um, it has anti-inflammatory properties, and it's even been shown that it can help fight some types of cancer. So that is in there as well. So this is definitely one that I love, and I will always have this on hand as long as there's oregano, and I have oregano in my gardens. and thyme and all kinds of stuff. So um, the next one I will go with is, and I just put it up, is the lavender oil that I make, which is what I put in my lavender shampoo bars or soap that I make, and lotion. I did some lavender lotion, so that's also in there. Um, so this one is, it has a couple different names. So lavender oil, but many call it the queen of oils or the mother of aromatherapy if you're into aromatherapy. So this oil helps with pain relief. It supports relaxation and sleep. Very good for hair and scalp, which is why I put it in some of the soaps that I have. It can even be used to treat minor cuts or scrapes. It's just calming for the tissues. Um, I've had patients that used it along with the castor. I mix theirs in with castor and use it for like joint pains and burns. So you can put it there. You can put it on insect bites, but I have insect repellent too that I did a video on that you can make or you can purchase if you want. Um, my little county here in Illinois, we actually had two mosquitoes turned in that did have West Nile. So I'm always like, spray, get this stuff and don't use that crazy stuff with all the chemicals in it. Do it naturally. Um, let's see. Oh, and it's good. Lavender oil you can actually put in like your cleaning products that you use for your house so that you get a nice smell too. You can do that. It's also used for hair growth. The other one, which is probably one of my favorites, it's my elderberry tincture. This one I don't use it year round, but I do use it um, more as like this time of year going into fall and going into winter. So I do that. So the elderberries are known for their antiviral immune boosting properties, both in the realms of modern science and traditional folk medicine. So elderberry extracts, tinctures, however you choose to do that, are being studied for their benefits when it comes to fighting off the common cold and flu. The results are encouraging. So I went to see if I could find if those were done. Those were not completed yet. I'll be surprised if even when they are, that we hear anything, but we'll see. I could be wrong. This is another thing that was added into petri dishes in the study published by Nutrients in 2016. They tested where they took elderberry compounds and put it into these petri dishes, and the bacteria was gone by 48 hours. The other thing that this shows is this is really good to fight against viruses while you are traveling, whether that be air travel, boat travel, anywhere where you have lots of people together. It is a good thing to do. So, um, and like I said, like bronchitis, respiratory issues, really good to use for that. So this one, you do 5 to 10 mLs up to 3 times a day during cold season. I don't do that every single day. That's for the adult dose. The children's dose is 2 to 5 mLs up to 3 times a day. Um, and one of these mLs is 20 drops, just so that you're aware if you want to do that. So let me get the other thing to strain. Got to be careful with these. See how this one has pretty numbers all over it? So I've been using this one for all of my products, and the numbers were on the outside. You can barely see anything on there. Anyway, even though it's Pyrex, it said do not, use on the stove. So like I put it in boiling water to melt down my stuff. And I put some vinegar in the water because I have hard water to prevent it from, getting the calcium and, the plaque basically on the outside of the container. So I do that. And sure enough, what's it do? It takes all the numbers off. So then what I do is I take this, I put a coffee filter in there, and then I filter this a second time. And that's like I said, just to make sure that any little bits that can get through the other type of mesh sleeve can get through. This one's a little slower process. Kind of smells like a party in here because of the vodka. So how is everybody's Friday going today? I forgot it was actually Friday. I got up and I was like, do I go to work today? Because, of course, being a nurse, we are on call a lot. But this one is not mine, not today. So it is going down. It's just going down slow. Anyway, does anybody on here have any questions? If you do come up with questions and you don't think of it right now, you can always add it into the comments. So whether you're watching it live or if it's on replay, you can always put a comment in there and I will always get back every single one, even negative comments. I had a comment a few weeks ago that this isn't carnivore. And I said, okay. I said, nothing on my website that I sell my products says carnivore. And because they were talking about my website, I said it doesn't say carnivore, it says natural products, Russell Brands with a Z. And they said, but you're a carnivore. And I said, yeah. And I believe that you should use plants and different foods as medicine. Um, I just choose not to eat those things, but I will use them for their medicinal purposes because I believe that's why they were put here. So I even commented back to that, and I was nice. Good, that's filtering very nicely. So, all right. Well, if there aren't any questions right now, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here for today. I do thank you guys for being on here. And like I said, any questions, you can just drop them in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. If you have anybody that is into starting to make their own natural, healthy products to help themselves or their family, this is a good little starter video. And if they have questions, you can send them my way. I will always try to help people to be the healthiest they possibly can be. You're welcome. All right. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'm going to crochet. I have a patient that I need to get his blanket done soon because I'm discharging him Wednesday. So I only have so many days and I'm only halfway done. So got to get to crocheting. So I'm going to do that while I play some other people's videos. So just a recommendation out there, videos, if you are starting keto, ketovore, carnivore, you've got Dr. Berg, you've got Dr. Baker, you have Dr. Barry and his wife Nisha, you have, if you want some comedy with it, you could do Russ, who's from Homesick Buckeye. You could do G and Frederick Brown. They are from Hanging from the Browns. Another great one is Homestead How. I was like, how does he say it? Homestead How and Bill Knott. And it's just under Bill Knott. Another good one to follow. There's several other. Hoosier Carnivore is good. Dave Mack. Go watch some Dave Mack videos. He interviews tons of people. It is yeah, it's just wonderful to hear all of the different people. Yes, Kelly Hogan, thank you. Yeah, very good one too. Kelly Hogan, just go out there and start searching around. You'll find somebody that you can kind of relate to, that makes sense. Sometimes I get a little political, so some people don't like that, but that's who I am. As you can see my shirt. This shouldn't be a political statement, but I will have comments about why am I wearing that shirt. So I'll deal with that when I get those comments. Oh, awesome. Karen's at the gym. She's just listening and she is finishing up at the gym. Yeah, I did my sprints this morning and then tomorrow will be weightlifting day for my arms. And then I do what they call functional stretching, I think it's called. I do that every day and boy has that helped. I can really, yeah, like I get down on patients' floors, I can kneel down or I can sit kind of like with my knees up and I sit back on my heels, kind of like, even further back than like a person who's a catcher. I can do that with absolutely no problems anymore. And of course, half of my patients have had joint replacements. They're like, "Oh my God, you'll never get up," and I'm like, "I will. I'll be okay." So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to watch Monday. Let's see, it's going to be Meaty Mondays with Fierce Felines. And then Tuesday, I'm going to do a live broadcast with Russ from Homesick Buckeye. And that's called We Grillin' Baby. And that's a good one to watch because he's a hoot. So that is just some recommendations for me. So have a great day.